It's an introduction to the time model. The time model can be used to introduce yourself to markets, i.e., from a company perspective, from a business perspective. And what we're talking about here is the looking at demographic, psychographic, specific targets, enters the market, and adaptation to the market. Highly important. The second aspect of it is the information, which is looking at the primary research. You're gathering information, you're understanding the market, really tuning into your customers within the market. Highly important. We're also looking at the third stage, which is the market and the message itself, which really is defining the specifics, really to underline who your target market is and so on. And also to educate that market, educate with building relationships, educating the company, the benefits of working with you as a company and so forth. So let's roll back at time. So time, it stands for target, information, market, message, and educate. So the whole basis of time, and when we're relating to the time, we're saying target. So the target, when we're looking at the target, the conventional marketing says that we actually define our markets before we go into a market. So the time model itself deals with looking at marketing from a conventional perspective. So we're looking to define our markets. We're looking to gather information on that market, inform that market of the service that we're offering, and also define the market in terms of the plan, strategy, which is the market itself, and the message we're going to communicate, the communication strategy across that market, and then educate the market. But on the other side of the time model, we have a model that's much more functional for a micro business. The time model can be effective in conventional marketing, but it can cost good money to really get that type of model off the ground, where most micro businesses don't actually have the resources to be able to invest in the conventional forms of marketing. What they're really looking at is low-cost ways, or what we call scarce resources or bootstrap methods, to be able to bring their product to market. So what I recommend is that the E.M.I.T model, which is reversed in time, and looking at educating your market. So how do I educate my market? I go out and sell. I look to low-cost ways to go out and sell. I'll either get on the phone, I'll go direct, and I'll go out there and look for customers. I put an action plan together, and I go out looking for customers, prospecting, networking, whatever it is. And I'm looking to gain at least potentially 15, 20, 30 customers, and gather as much information on those customers as possible. Look at the potential prospects I may have engaged with, who were maybe interested but fell off along the way through my coming out my pipeline, and really define then what type of customer is buying. Because I may have put a particular target market in mind. I might have said I want something aimed at 40 to 50-year-olds, but I'm finding that 25 to 30-year-olds are the ones that are really engaging and purchasing my product or my service. So that tells me that potentially the research that I did, my secondary research I did, was slightly off cue, and potentially I've got a potential market there for a younger age group from my primary research. And primary will always take precedence over secondary research for those of you who understand marketing research. So let's look at going out and engaging with customers. What are you able to do? When you're actually going out, you're able to educate them about your product, your service. You're also able to be re-educated if necessary about your product and service, because you're engaging with the end user. And engaging with end users is really going to be proficient for you in terms of getting your positioning right. So once you've gathered that, now you're able to define your market, because you've made sales to a certain amount of people, and that tells you who your market is. So you're gathering the information from your market. And by gathering that information from your market, you're now able to define your target in that market. So you're educating your market, to what it is that you do. You're also being re-educated yourself, so it's working asymmetrically. You're starting to zone in on a particular market because you're finding that you're making sales with that particular market that is coming out of your sales. You're starting to target that more. So you now start to understand, okay, I'm making sales with this particular demographic or psychographic profile or within a certain geographical region. I'm able to now really start gathering relevant information on that particular market because I'm actually doing it in real time. So it's worth my time and effort to do that. I'm not speculating now, I'm stipulating, because I've already made the sales and it's already clear to me and it's transparent to me that I am on the button, so to speak. And then you're able to target. So you're able to refine your targeting by understanding that you have a proven track record in selling to that particular target market. So it really balances out much more easily for a micro business. A lot less money invested, a lot less resources to be invested, because it's being more specific and really saving valuable time. Because as a small micro business growing your business, one thing that's not on your side is time. So, looking at potential target markets, gathering information, looking at the marketing and the message there, the communication strategy within that, and then they're going out to educate and marketing, conventional marketing can be quite a lengthy process and sometimes futile to the small micro business. So my suggestion to you is to go out, whatever you're selling, product or service, go out, make sales, make as many sales as you can, have a target amount of sales that you want to analyze those sales on who you have sold to, not potentially who you may sell to, but who you have sold to. Thereafter, look at that market, really understand that market, who the market is that I'm selling to now, gather information on the market, who you have sold to, and then define your target market and bring your strategy together in terms of going forwards and making the end solution more suitable towards your target market. So that's my message for you in terms of going direct, or you've got the T.I.M.E model, which is target, information, market or message, media and educate. And then you've got the E.M.I.T model for the micro, which I strongly recommend, which is educate, market, message, information, inform, and target. All the best. Thank you for it.